Happy holidays. We are between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and this is going to be my last video in this Book of Mormon series. I had planned to make a few more, but after careful consideration, I realized that what I planned to share, I have already shared and have addressed at length in previous videos. So anything that I would share from this point forward would just be a review or a repeat of things I've already shared and expounded. The rest of Ether is about secret combinations and the wars among the Jaredites, which resulted in their destruction, their extinction. And the warnings to us today, the Gentiles of the last days, the members of the church, to wake up so that we do not suffer the same fate. But I don't see how that won't happen. As of now, 5 countries around the world have already collapsed. More are on the way. I'll just name a few: Germany, France, Syria, Georgia, and South Korea, just to name a few. Others on the horizon are Haiti, Ukraine, probably Canada, and a bunch of others. But I think people now have made up their minds how they're going to live their lives. A few are still repenting and trying to figure things out. A lot of people are struggling. By this point, I realize that it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to offer a drowning man a drink of water. So I just have a few more things to share. Moroni chapter 7 is a really good chapter about faith, hope, and charity. A friend of mine in my ward asked me, what is the difference between faith and hope? And I made a quick video about this already. I think it's in my shorts, those shorts videos in that playlist if you want to find it. If you haven't watched it, I'll just briefly share my thoughts. To hope is wanting something to be true. But to have faith is to live as if it is true. And I'll just let you chew on that, and you can watch my other video. But charity is where it's really at. And a lot of people have different ideas about what charity is and what it means. In the Elders Quorum class, we were talking about what charity means to everybody, and everybody was sharing their own opinions and thoughts and experiences and whatnot. But what I really didn't hear is that charity, well, in the Bible, the word agape, that form of love, Christ-like love, you can really distill it to this, that it is the unconditional love, the selfless love. That's the kind of love that Jesus Christ has, and the kind of love that he displayed. All the rest of us, we have conditional love. I would say the vast majority of us. There may be 1 or 2 exceptions. I don't know. I don't know anybody who has unconditional love. The rest of us have conditions on our love for our fellow man. We're willing to suffer for our neighbor or a friend or a stranger so much before we say no more and we're done. What that looks like is different from person to person. It could be how much time you give to someone, whether or not they deserve it. And none of us deserve Christ's grace. But it is through his merits that we may be saved by grace. But anyway, so that's what charity means. That is the sum and summary of the love of Christ. His love was unconditional and selfless. It had no bounds. And as we read in the Book of Mormon, Christ's love was infinite. That's why it is unconditional. He descended below us all. He suffered all things for all of us, so that he could then lift us all. If his love was conditional, it would not have been perfect. It would not have been infinite. So I'll let you think about that. Finally, in Moroni chapter 10, the final chapter of the Book of Mormon, the first couple dozen verses are dedicated to Lehi's posterity in the last days. If you read Moroni chapter 10, verse 1, it says, "Now I, Moroni, write somewhat as seemeth me good, and I write unto my brethren the Lamanites. And I would that they should know that more than 420 years have passed away since the sign was given of the coming of Christ." Verse 2, "And I seal up these records after I have spoken a few words by way of exhortation unto you." And then the next couple of pages in our book, all the way down through verse 23, he addresses the Lamanites. "I would exhort you, my beloved brethren, and I would exhort you, my beloved brethren." He continues to address you, the Lamanites, the same as his father Mormon did in Mormon chapter 7. Mormon took time out of his battles to address the Lamanites of the last days. He wanted you, the Lamanites, to know that you are children of the first covenant. You can read that in Mormon chapter 7. So, in the middle of all this hatred, fighting, corruption, evil, wickedness, Mormon and his son Moroni were pictures of charity. They were pictures of Christ-like love, because even though they were both about to be destroyed, they still took the time to express their hearts to their brothers in the last days. And then in Moroni chapter 24, Moroni writes, "And now I speak unto all the ends of the earth, that if the day cometh that the power and gifts of God shall be done away among you, it shall be because of unbelief." Now, I don't know about you, but these gifts are abundant in my life, and I have shared stories of these gifts and of miracles in my videos on this channel, and I hope you take the time to look them up. And then finally, verse 34, Moroni ends, "And now I bid unto all farewell. I soon go to the rest in the paradise of God, until my spirit and my body shall again reunite, and I am brought forth triumphant through the air, to meet you before the pleasing bar of the great Jehovah, the eternal judge of both quick and dead. Amen." I hope these spotlights have made a difference in your life. I have shared things that I have not seen shared anywhere else on the internet, in church textbooks, but things that I have learned by the Spirit. Some of the things that I have learned by reading obscure books by Joseph Smith, and I hope that they make a difference in your life, where you will seek Jesus Christ's face, where you will rend the veil of unbelief as Jesus Christ commands us to do in Ether chapter 4. I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I don't know if I'll make any more videos. Probably not, but if the Spirit prompts me, I'll share what might be in my heart. But until then, I wish you all the best. Thanks for watching.